Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading for you today. It's Monday the 14th through to Sunday the 20th of October 2019. These are the cards. I often get asked what cards I'm using in the reading, so I'd like to show you the cards that I'm actually using for your reading. So we always start off with the weekly check-in, where we look at the week ahead and we just look at kind of general things coming through, and we look at various areas concerning the week. And for that we use this top row of cards here. We use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. We use the Ancestor Path Tarot by Julia Kuchia Watts. We use the Tarot Grand Luxe and New deck by Ciro Marchetti. It's probably not so new, but definitely as mass marketed deck, it's fairly new. So Ciro Marchetti, the Tarot Grand Luxe. And we also use for your advice a new deck that was bought, the Tarot deck, Art of Life Tarot deck by Charles Livingston. This is a very kind of different tarot deck, because what this tarot deck, guys, does is it has the same 78 cards, but you've got quotes on each of the 78 cards. So that's why I'm using this. I don't use this in kind of readings, traditionally as cards for readings. I use these more as advice, which is really nice. For your second reading, where we look at the 10 card work area and the 10 card love area, we use my favourite card, my favourite deck of all, the Dark Mansion Tarot. Phenomenal, guys. We use this one here. And we are also using for your advice for love and money, Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn, and also the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. Okay, enjoy your reading, guys. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. We're going to be doing the 14th through to the 20th of October 2019. We're going to be doing your weekly check-in reading first, then we're going to be looking at your love reading and, well, your work reading first, sorry, and then your love reading afterwards. Okay, I'm not going to be appearing directly on the reading this week. I just want to be able to show you guys the cards today. So, yeah, sit back and enjoy the reading. Okay, Saggies, the cards are down. Let's have a look at this. Let me just get a pen to point with. Let's have a look at this reading then. So Sagittarius, you guys are showing as being this week the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, sometimes when you get that card, it means that you're faced with a decision. Sometimes when you get the Two of Swords, it means that you're blocking your heart, you're blocking your mind, you're blocking someone out, basically. You're ghosting someone, or you're just completely ignoring someone. You might be shutting down, blocking someone from your social media with the Two of Swords, that type of thing. And sometimes the Two of Swords, I'm sort of afraid to say, can mean that you're blind to something. You're just not seeing something clearly when you get a Two of Swords energy. I mean, she's got a veil across her eyes, but still there, she's only seeing something through a particular lens. So for me, this is the card, especially this version, which is Ciro Marchetti's Tarot Grand Luxe, because it's a veil. She slightly sees, but she's seeing things through the veil. So she's only seeing things through a veiled look. It's not the complete look. It's not literally not a very clear look at something here. Let's have a look at what the reason for this is. Oh, you got two twos in the reading. And these two twos for me match up. Some people who read multiple twos in readings, this can be where things are imbalanced. But the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands is in balance. I think it's because you have a choice between two paths. That's what I think it is. I think that some of you guys are faced with a decision with the Two of Swords energy, because you have a choice with the Two of Wands energy between two paths. What is the goal that you have for the week? The goal, to break free. It's a shift. I think that your goal is to break free from something here. This is why you have a decision. It's about which way do you go with that Two of Wands energy, Sagittarius. So you've got a choice between, Two of Swords means a choice. You've got a decision to make. You're faced with a decision here, Sagittarius, and it's because you've got a choice between, do you go left, do you go right, what path do you choose? I think that the goal is to do something because you want to break free from a situation with the Tower energy. The Tower means to break free. It means to create some form of a shift, some form of change. What is the obstacle that you need to overcome this week? the King of Sacred Circles, which is the King of Pentacles. There's somebody around you here that you need to, there's an obstacle with it. And it might be that with the King of Coins, because King of the Coins in tarot represent tradition, and they represent doing things the traditional way. Coin people don't like alternatives, they don't like diversity, they don't like variation, they like things to be the same, they like to see what's coming. So I actually feel that you might be dealing with someone who wants to keep things the same. Somebody wants to do something, they want to do something that is on the tried and tested path. They don't really like deviation. I feel that this person doesn't. What could you be achieving by the end of the week? The Ace of Swords, well, cutting through. You could be achieving literally a small change. You could literally be putting those plans into action with the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords, there's two things here that you could be achieving by the end of the week, Sagittarius. It's number one, it's clarity, because here you are faced with a decision here. Two of Swords, it's relating to the Two of Wands, so it's a particular path. You're at a bit of a crossroads here. You need to make a choice between two paths, and you need to decide what path you're going to go down. And by the end of the week, you could literally see clearly what path you need to, you need to take. Also, the Ace of Swords is a decision, so you could literally be making a definitive decision by the end of the week. I do feel that you definitely want to break through, but somebody, the Tower is, I mean, this is the major and this is a minor, but it doesn't matter, because the Tower is a major shift. So some of you guys, your goal is to create a major shift, but I think there's somebody around you who probably wants to keep things the same. What should you avoid this week, Sagittarius? The Page of Cups. I don't know whether this is anything to do with a child for some of you guys, but also the Page of Cups is kind of naivety. So, it's about looking at things through rose-tinted glasses. And I think if this is an energy, you really need to avoid with this Page of Cups, kind of being naive about the whole thing. You've really got to know what you're letting yourself in for with this page, because he's quite naive and he's a bit of a dreamer. So I feel that once you make that decision, which some of you could do with that Ace of Swords by the end of the week, Sagittarius, I think it's a case with that Page of Cups of avoiding. It's almost like you need to avoid that once you've made that decision that everything is going to be kind of hunky-dory. With the page, everything's going to be smooth, you're going to be entering this amazing life, or whatever the case might be with that Page of Cups, because the Page of Cups is naivety. He's also the dreamer of the tarot, so he lives in the land of fantasy, or he or she lives in the land of fantasy, and it might be you need to avoid that, because once you make a decision, I actually think that you need to know what you're letting yourself in for. What should you be embracing? Well, there's going to be problems, that you might have some challenges that you need to face here. I think that actually, this is why it's saying avoid kind of looking at things through rose-tinted glasses with that Page of Cups energy, because it might be that you do, and Five of Wands also represents when you're facing a challenge. It might be that some of you guys actually are going to have to face some challenges along the way. If you need support, where can you go? You can go to the Six of Coins, which is a good place to go. You go to someone who can give you that support, whether it's financial or whether it's just simply help or, advice or whatever the case is. The Six of Coins is simply a card of support. It doesn't always have to be money. I've had this card show up for me when I've had family helping me into my apartment with my shopping. Do you see what I mean? So this is just support that is given. All right, so go to someone who you can reach out to, and someone who can give you the support. Whatever the support, whatever way or shape that takes, Sagittarius, that's for you to know. But just go to someone who can give you the support that you need, because I just feel that this person here, that's the obstacle, is not giving you the support that you need, because they want to keep things the same. You want to change things up. That's your goal, is to change things up with the Tower energy, to create this massive shift in your world with the Tower energy. But this King of Coins is the obstacle you need to overcome, because this person is quite set in their beliefs. That's what coin people are. They're traditionalists. They like to keep things traditional. They like to keep things the same. They're not really interested in diversity or even change to a certain extent. But I do feel you'll be making a decision by the end of the week. Avoid thinking that, this is all, avoid kind of getting roped into the fantasy, because you could face some challenges. So before you make any definitive decisions, I think, Sagittarius, just make sure that you know what you're letting yourself in for, and that you know that maybe, just maybe, this isn't going to be 100% a smooth ride. You're commended for making those powerful changes. But at the same time, don't make changes because you think it's going to lead to hearts and flowers and, candy floss with the Page of Cups energy, because it might not be that way. If you look at the two cards and how different they are, the Page of Cups is at a party. She's got I love you on there, there's children drawing. It's a real fantasy land. But here, there's a conflict that is being faced. So I think that you need to avoid kind of focusing on whatever this decision is you make, whatever this cut is that you make, whatever this change is that you kind of make within your life, Sagittarius, this week and going forward. I think you need to avoid thinking that you're stepping into fantasy land or it's going to be all hearts and flowers, because you may just face some challenges here and you need to embrace that. And I think you need to be really quite aware of that with the Five of Wands energy showing there. If you need support, go to someone who will give it to you, the Six of Coins. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is through the tarot. I'm using the Art of Life Tarot deck by Charlene Livingston. So the advice for you, Sagittarius, on this reading is, let's have a quick look. Oh, you've got 3 cards that showed up here. See how they all tumbled down? We're going to use those. So 3 cards of advice. And I like these tarot cards. I don't use them for kind of normal readings. I use them for advice. The first card is Temperance. The unlike is joined together, and from differences results the most beautiful harmony. That's very good. Let's have a look. You've got the Five of Swords. So sometimes I go about pitching myself, and all the time I'm being carried by great winds or on great winds across the sky. And finally, the Six of Swords. So for everything you have missed in life, you have gained something else. All right, I hope that those messages really kind of tally up with you guys and it resonates with you. What we're going to do now, we're going to have a look at your work reading. So please bear with me. Okay, Sagittarius, we've got your work reading now. Let's have a look at the first card. So the two, you keep getting this Two of Wands. You've got it again. The Two of Wands can mean a couple of things. It can mean that you're faced with a decision with the Two of Wands. You're at a bit of a crossroads. And some of you guys might be at a bit of a crossroads in terms of your work, in terms of your career. And being at a bit of a crossroads with the Two of Wands actually kind of means I don't know whether I want to stay or go in my job. Some of you guys, or it could be, I don't know whether I should be fulfilling my life purpose or staying where I am, that type of thing. So you might be at a bit of a crossroads. Sometimes when you're a bit of a crossroads with the Two of Wands, it's kind of like, well, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing in life. There's a sense of dissatisfaction that can come with this card. The other thing with the Two of Wands energy is that you're ready probably, and some of you guys might be in the planning stage with that Two of Wands. So you might be ready to go out there and try and do something new, because the Two of Wands is all about being ready to go over that wall and to literally go out and do something new. The Two of Wands can also mean a journey as well, but you're at the start of a journey as well with the Two of Wands. So it might be some of you guys are at the start of a particular journey here with the Two of Wands. Let's have a look at the next card. Okay, I feel that you guys with this Two of Wands energy, you're at the start of a journey in which you are, it feels to me like you're far away from this King of Coins energy, because the King of Coins energy means to accomplish. So you're at the very start of your journey in terms of accomplishing what you want to do within your career. So some of you guys might be in a lower position. Some of you guys might be in a trainee position. Some of you guys might have just entered a company. But I actually feel that there's 2 things I feel here. Number one, some of you guys might be at the starting of a journey, the beginning of a journey in terms of kind of accomplishing everything you want to accomplish within your work. It might also be you're in a business partnership with a King of Coins, because King of Coins will be the business partner. So it might be there's a business partnership with a King of Coins. There's literally partnering up with an individual here as well. I'm seeing 2 people here, a King of Cups and a King of Coins. I'm seeing you guys actually partnering up with a couple of people in terms of work, in terms of career. It looks to be a project because you've got 2 kings here. Also, when you get a couple of kings in a reading, it means meetings as well. So some of you guys are having a meeting here. It might be Two of Wands energy. This is something like an online meeting, like I don't know what they call it. It's like when you go onto Skype and you're having a meeting and that. So you might be indulging in some form of kind of meeting over the internet, like a networking type of thing, where you're talking to maybe a couple of people, because that can be over the internet as well, because you're far away with the Two of Wands. So it might be like a distant kind of conversation with a couple of people here, but also you may be partnering up with a couple of people here, a King of Coins and a King of Pentacles. 3 kings. All right. So 3 kings means business success, actually, in a reading, work and business success. So I feel here with the Two of Wands, I think that you're at the start of a journey. And I think with these 3 kings, you're going to have success with those 3 kings. I think that you're at the start of a journey here, Sagittarius. You're at the start of a creative venture with the Two of Wands energy. And I'm seeing with the 3 kings, there's going to be great success coming in with those kings. All we need is the hat trick, okay? Well, we've got the opportunity card here. All right. So I think there's an opportunity for you with the Fool energy to indulge, what's the word I'm looking for? There's an opportunity for you to invest in some form of creative venture here, partnership. All right, and I feel with these three kings, you're going to be very successful, because three kings in a career reading means absolute success. So I see you kind of, there's an opportunity to get involved in a partnership here, and I actually feel with the three kings showing, there's going to be a lot of success in this, okay? Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, there's a lot of work that you're going to have to do, because the Ten of Wands means that you're going to have to kind of do a lot of work. It's going to be a heavy load to carry. So there's a lot of work involved in this with the Ten of Wands energy, okay? But I feel that if you work hard, you're going to have, you know, it's kind of reiterating it. If you work hard, you're going to have that success with the Four of Wands. So hard work is going to bring success with that Four of Wands energy. So you've got the four kings. There's definite success. You've got four kings in the reading. That's incredible. So four kings, how I read four kings in a career reading is this is absolute success showing up here. I'm seeing that you cannot go wrong with this. You just can't, because you've got the four of them. Or, and I did say we just need the hat. We just need the king, the fourth king, and we got the fourth king. We've got the King of Coins, King of Cups, King of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. And this is the opportunity, and this is the creative or the business venture, the start of a bit. So you've got an opportunity to start a business venture with that Two of Wands energy here, okay? And you'll be assured success, but hard work. Hard work is going to bring this success, Sagittarius, with that Ten of Wands and the Four of Wands showing here. Okay, Eight of Wands energy. I see things taking off for you with the Eight of Wands, because the Eight of Wands, where things are taking off, things are advancing with the Eight of Wands energy showing here. Wow, you've got the Sun. You've got amazing cards for career. I think that this is a business venture. I feel that if it's not a business venture, then you're starting on a new road within maybe your career, for example, with the Two of Wands. There's an opportunity for you. There's an opportunity here with the Fool to start a new business venture here, okay? And I feel that with the Four Kings showing, it's going to be very successful. It could also be there's an opportunity to start a new venture. It might be with four people showing up here, but I do feel there's going to be a lot of hard work in here, but I feel that hard work is going to bring success with the Four of Wands energy. And I think that when we have the Four of Wands energy, really the Four of Wands will say that it's initial success. So when you get a Four of Wands, it's saying, well, you're successful, but there's more work to be done. So hard work is going to bring initial success. But I feel with the Eight of Wands energy that this is actually going to advance into fulfillment, the Sun. Because when you get the Sun, it's like the world energy. They're the same type of card. They talk about hard work bringing absolute success with the Sun. You can't fail on whatever this business venture is. You just cannot fail. You just can't fail. Because what you're doing here, I feel with the Eight of Wands, is you're advancing towards the Sun energy. So you're actually going to be hitting the mark. You're actually going to be hitting the goal. This is a really, really good reading for you guys. Really, really good. But just remember that, yes, there is an opportunity here now for a new business venture coming in, whether this is starting at a new job, whether it's starting a project with people or someone. Okay, so opportunity for a new venture. Okay, I feel that this, with hard work, you'll have initial success. Okay, but I feel that if you push it forward, with the Eight of Wands energy, you're going to fulfill your dreams. Number one, with that Sun energy, because hard work brings absolute success with the Sun, and you just can't fail on this. It's assured success because you have the Four Kings in the reading. That's incredible. What an incredible reading. But remember, it's going to take hard work, Sagittarius. As long as you're willing to work hard, you are going to absolutely, there's just going to be absolute success here. There's going to be real success, You might be doing something online. You do have the King of Wands and you've got the Eight of Wands here. These are both online media related jobs. So this might be something media related, okay, showing up here with these cards. It's absolutely phenomenal, really phenomenal reading. You're gonna be very successful, Sagittarius. You really are. You're gonna be massively successful. I'm gonna get the advice. We're gonna use the tea leaf fortune cards, and I just want to get underneath your career. Universe Spirit, in 3 cards, what advice do you have for Sagittarius this week in terms of their career? What advice do you have for Sagittarius this week in terms of their career? Okay, so let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, and right, 3 there. Let's have a look. So for your career, the universe is saying, Sagittarius, the bull, okay? So do not back down from opposition and show strength and fortitude, Okay, show strength and fortitude. And I think that you're showing strength and fortitude here. I've never read 4 kings as being opposition within work. Often I've read maybe 1 or 2 kings, but 3, 4 kings, it's very strong energy because it's masculine energy. For me, this assures success for the client or the person who's looking at the reading. The next card to show up is lightning. Okay, control your anger or you will be sorry. That's interesting. So do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude, but you need to control your anger or you're going to be sorry. And then you've got the nest card. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you in your work. So I think it's important for you to have really a secure environment, secure people around you within work as well. Very interesting. But I do feel, I mean, 4 kings for me in a reading when it comes to a career reading is absolute success. There's no doubt about it for me. Not at all. Other readers might read that differently, but for me, the 4 kings are absolute success. You got the absolute hat trick there. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm going to come back with your love reading. Just bear with me. Okay, Saggy, so we got your love reading down. Let's have a look. For love, 6 of Swords is sometimes moving on when you get this card. Sometimes you're moving away from a relationship with the 6 of Swords energy. Sometimes that can mean also receiving support from your partner, but a lot of the time the 6 of Swords will mean to be moving on. Let's have a look. The 7 of Wands. I feel that you guys are really kind of moving on from a relationship, and I think that you're actually taking your control back with that 7 of Wands. Energy here. 7 of Wands in a love reading can mean that you have a lot of suitors, a lot of people that are interested in you. Okay, it might be some of you guys are looking for, you know, more relationships, or you're looking for other options, but because you're moving into that 7 of Wands. But I actually feel that really what I'm seeing here, I'm going to have a look at where this is moving, if it's moving directly in. Okay, I feel that it's interesting because that 7 of Wands feels like it's blocking the passage of the 6. So I do feel that it almost feels like there's someone here who won't let you move on, Sagittarius. It always feels like there's someone here who's blocking your path, because all I'm seeing is the path that you're moving is being blocked by that 7 of Wands energy showing here. I think that somebody is really in love with you. 2 sevens in a love reading means true love. And I feel that somebody's blocking you from moving on. I don't know whether somebody's literally blocking you or whether you are blocking you. But there's a blockage here for me with the 7 of Wands energy from you moving. It's almost like you're facing into a challenge here. Somebody's waiting with the 7 of Coins, but 2 sevens means true love in a love reading. So I feel it's because it's either you or the other person is so in love that it's really hard to move on. That's how it feels with those cards when I look at them there. Yeah, and we've got the Hanged Man just waiting around. It seems to me that somebody is waiting around here. They're kind of, you know, 7 of Coins energy. Waiting can be the 7 of Coins, waiting to see if anything happens, anything more happens. Hanged Man is just kind of hanging around. Queen of Coins. So the Queen of Coins is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, male or female. I read Queens and Kings in general readings as being male or female, but I don't know whether somebody's waiting, whether you're waiting around for this person here, Queen of Coins, or whether somebody's waiting around for you to commit, perhaps. Let's have a look at the next cards. There's there's definitely a tie here. There's definitely a tie. It's almost like you're moving on is difficult. It's almost like the passage that you're on now, clear passage seems to be blocked with that 7 of Wands. It's almost like, if you think about it, for example, say you were going on a trip and you were driving and then somebody shows up like this and they say you can't go any further. You can't. Do you see what I mean? You can't move any further. It feels like that type of thing. Feels like you're trying to move on, but someone, it's either yourself or someone around you is telling you that you can't go any further, you can't move on. Whoever this is, whether it's you or this individual, you're still waiting and you're hanging around here. I think that this is not a person. I think this is you. If this is you, then you're still holding on to this person like they're a thing of value to you. You still value this person. You still hold them very dear to your heart. If this is the person, then they hold you very dear to their heart. There is very much a karmic bond here with that devil energy showing up here. The Chariot energy here, but the Chariot is moving away from the devil. So I do feel that some of you guys are trying to move away from this attachment. You're trying to distance yourself with the Chariot from this attachment here. Whether you're the person in love with the other or whether the person's in love with you, I feel that you're trying to move away from this attachment with the devil energy showing here. Temperance energy, it's all about healing, isn't it? All right, Temperance energy is all about healing. So I actually feel that you're trying to move away from this attachment here. And actually, Sagittarius, that's you, isn't it? Because this is your major card. So this is all about you trying to heal trying to get more balance back. So I think that you're trying to move away from this attachment. You're trying to get more balance back. You're trying to get more balance back in your life with the Temperance energy showing it. But I do feel that it's been a bit of a struggle for some of you guys with that Ten of Swords. I feel it's been an absolute struggle with that Ten of Swords showing up there. And I don't think that you're happy doing it. I don't think it's something that you want to do with the Four of Cups energy. I actually feel that this is you that's struggling here. I actually feel that it's you. I think that you're blocking your own passage. I mean, this is wand energy anyway, so this is probably you. I think that you're blocking your own passage. I think that you're blocking your own passage from, I think you're blocking yourself from moving on here, Sagittarius. And I think with the 2 sevens, it's because you're deeply in love with someone here, Sagittarius, okay? And I think that you've been kind of hanging around with that Hanged Man energy, and it's almost like your life has been slightly in suspense as well. Because I think with the Queen of Coins, you hold this person extraordinarily dear to your heart. And I feel that you've tried to move away from this attachment. So you've probably tried something like cord cutting or something like that. Because I think that this is a twin flame that you have. This feels like very much like a twin flame. I think that you're very attached to a twin flame here, Sagittarius, to be perfectly honest with you. And I feel that you have tried healing yourself, self-healing with the Temperance. But I feel that it's been really, really painful. It's been a really painful journey. And with that Chariot and the Ten of Swords, I think it's been a really painful journey for you. Because flanking this Temperance energy, the healing energy here, where you guys have been trying to heal yourself, I think that either side flanking this healing is it's saying that this has been a really painful journey for you, okay? One in which with the Four of Cups energy, I just feel that you're very kind of disenchanted and kind of just unhappy and dissatisfied with everything. I think that you're just really dissatisfied. Okay, because I just feel that in this reading, Sagittarius, there's someone here in this week, and you know, and it's been going on for a long time, that you just simply cannot get over. And you've tried everything to distance yourself, to disconnect yourself, because that Chariot really is disconnecting itself from the devil. You know, so you've tried disconnecting yourself from that devil, from this bond, you know, from this really strong bond. You've tried moving on, but you find that yourself to be blocked. You've tried all sorts of things, but it's no good for some of you guys. It's still, you know, there's still a lot of depression here. A lot of depression, because it almost feels like you can't get over this individual with the Four of Cups. And it doesn't matter what you try and do with that cup. It doesn't matter who's around you or who proposes whatever to you. You just cannot get over this individual. And unfortunately, showing in the cards, you might be going through some of the same this week. Let's have a quick look at your love reading and see what the advice is through love. So we're going to have a look at the Angels romance cards first and have a look at what the advice is that they have for you. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Sagittarius for love in one card? What is the advice? Okay, that one wants to come out. So it says engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. That's interesting that that should come out for the reading, because I don't feel that in the reading. I just don't feel that. I feel that really, if I turn this around, I'd say that your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, because you can't break the commitment. You're more committed to whoever this person is than you ever were before. Okay, and that's why your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, because you've got this very strong karmic tie to this individual. Very strong. It's a twin flame situation, and with twin flames, the commitment is extraordinarily strong. I don't really, you know, do much on twin flames and stuff, but one thing I do know through seeing lots of various videos that YouTubers do, that tarot readers do, and they always talk about, you know, your twin flame is coming and he's awakened or she's awakened. And I mean, personally, I think it's a whole load of crap, but you know, not the twin flame theory, but just that sometimes, you know, even if somebody is your twin flame, sometimes they're not particularly bothered whether they're your twin flame or not, because I don't see things in the spiritual light that you do. But I feel that because you're the one that's probably experiencing a really difficult time in letting go of someone here, you've tried to, you know, you tried to move on from this bond. You really have, and you've tried to do a lot of self-healing, but it's absolute torture with that Ten of Swords, because you just feel so empty without that person in your life. You really, really do, unfortunately. Let's have a look at what the answer deck, let me see if I can reach over and get this answer deck. We're going to get 3 cards through the answer deck, Sagittarius, and see what the advice is for them, for you on this. Universe, what is the advice through the answer deck for Sagittarius and love? What is the advice in 3 cards? Let's have a look. So the advice is generosity is the first one. Deception. So somebody's generosity was probably a deception here, okay? And there's a battle because of that, okay? So I feel that whoever it is that you're mourning, whoever it is that you're still holding on to, I feel that whatever they gave you, because this is really just giving you something, whatever they gave you wasn't honest. All right, and I feel that really there's a battle with that. You're battling with yourself because of that, but you don't realize that. You just can't see that. You just can't see that with the battle card. All right, and I think in a way you're battling against yourself about that, because on the one hand, I think that you know that this person was probably dishonest, and on the other hand, you're kind of like, well, no, they wouldn't have done this, this, and this if they had been. So you're kind of a little bit of a tug of war with yourself. All right, but that's often the journey of the twin flame thing, isn't it? Unfortunately, all I can say is just be gentle with yourself. That's all I can say. Just be gentle with yourself, Sagittarius, if it resonates with you. All right, that is your reading for the week. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you like your own personal reading, just click on the link below. You can just go straight through to my website or the end screen. Take care, guys. Bye.